across the pavement. Meanwhile, the man in yellow shorts, also wounded, arrived at the hospital with his own crew, suffering from a gunshot wound to the chest. Unlike Lil Jeff, he survived. This was none other than Trap City Rob. He had come face to face with the Reaper and lived to tell the tale. However, Rob was
also his daddy is from down here.
Yeah, fuck used to hang with them. They know what they did.
So okay.
They know what they did.
So okay, the Bloodhounds. Y'all was cool.
That was my homie.
However, all that changed after Lil Jeff stole a chain.
He stole the chain, bro. We tried like he took it. He stole my own chain.
Who was that South Jackson?
Nah, brother. One of the other guys.
According to Trap City Rob, one of his affiliates let Lil Jeff wear his chain. However, Lil Jeff never returned the jewelry and claimed that he got into an altercation with the cops and lost it.
Had no weather J, he come back like he got into a high speed with 12.
And the head of the Bovan family. Bovan passed away on December 31st, 2024 at the age of 63, and his funeral brought together family and friends to pay their respects. Once outside the facility at the parking lot, someone started letting off shots, and by the time it was quiet, Big Juk was on the ground, bleeding out. Big Juk was fatally wounded as the authorities immediately started a manhunt for the suspects responsible. The Memphis Police Department appealed to the public for any information that could assist in solving the case. Luckily, the next day, witnesses came forward and provided invaluable information to the cops. On Sunday, a witness at the scene came forward and reported that suspects in a white SUV were responsible for the shooting. The vehicle in question was described as a white Ford Explorer with black wheels and dark tinted windows. Surveillance video captured images of the vehicle, providing valuable evidence for the investigation. But that was not all. Witnesses at the funeral reported that they saw two suspects.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? What's going on? We're back with another banger. Yes, sir. Now, today's video, we got Lil Jeff's killer reveals Lil Jeff's last words. So if you're new here, don't forget that big red subscribe button and that like button. We're on the road to 400 subscribers. I'm trying to hit it before the end of April. Now, today's date is March 17th. At the time of this recording, we're at 339 subscribers. I know y'all can smash that subscribe button. We need 70 to I think it's like 75 more people to hit that subscribe button, and we'll smash that 400 subscriber button goal. Now, that being said, gang, come join the family, and let's see what Lil Jeff's killer has to say about Lil Jeff, man. This is gonna be crazy. Let's get it.
Lil Jeff's death continues to spark conversation online, and his killer has a message for Lil Jeff's affiliates.
I don't take that serious, man. They're trying to kill me my whole life, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, so you gotta show me for real.
And he won't make it easy for them. But after Lil Jeff's killer went on the internet and revealed the late rapper's last words, they've sworn to take him out. The story gets crazier, more drama and more deaths. And now, everyone's starting to notice that Jeff and King Von were strikingly similar.
People are saying that he was trying to be the next King Von.
The more you hear about this story, the crazier it gets. And I'm here to put you on game. Lil Jeff's last words. If there's one thing Trap City Rob has proved to the world, is that he isn't afraid of anything. I mean, anyone who would empty a clip into the fierce Lil Jeff shouldn't be messed with. And now, with Lil Jeff's affiliates looking for someone to take their hurt on, Trap City Rob has sent them a message. People have been trying to kill him all his life, but none have succeeded.
You don't be getting death threats. That's why I would ask you. You ain't even get a chance to even ask that.
I don't take that serious,
Come on, bro. Right when we get into the video.
man. They're trying to kill me my whole life, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, so you gotta show me for real.
Trap City Rob isn't lying. And on June 8, 2024, cameras would capture a series of events that would prove that his ops will have a hard time catching him lacking, change his life forever. In the early hours of June 9th, news broke out of a death in Chicago. Unidentified male victim shot and killed in Chicago, Illinois on June 8, 2024. Spot News reports that the victim killed is Chicago rapper Bloodhound Lil Jeff. And it wasn't long before CCTV footage of the incident found its way onto the internet. The minute-by-minute chain of events was wild. The surveillance footage from the 6,600 block of S. Rhodes Avenue captured a group of individuals near a house and several parked cars. Among them were Lil Jeff's homies, the ones in the black car, the person dressed all in black, another in red, who was later identified as Q50, and one wearing a white hoodie. Meanwhile, a man in yellow shorts was seen attempting to get into a car when Lil Jeff spotted him. In the footage, the door of the black car opens. It's Lil Jeff. Without hesitation, he begins chasing the man in yellow shorts. However, his figure quickly disappears from view, obscured by a large pillar of the house. While Lil Jeff pursued the target, his homies did not follow. Instead, they turned their attention to a gray car, opening fire. Lil Jeff managed to hit the man in yellow shorts once in the chest, but before he could press further, two other individuals suddenly emerged from an alley and returned fire. His body was sent flying back onto the ground.
That's why old boy ran through the alley, cause he knew. He said, "Oh shit, them boys here." He ran through that alley cause his boys was in the back, and Lil Jeff didn't know that. That nigga was too hungry for that kill. He thought a boy was lacking and was by himself. So he chased him down the alley. Got old boy in the chest. I think he said one time in the leg. But when he was trying to finish him off, old boy's homies hit the corner and got Lil Jeff. So I'm saying, boy, he should have stayed with his homies, bruh. Should have stayed with your homies. Don't just run off from the crowd. Everybody know that. Even you're not even hitting the lake, you just with the homies out somewhere. Nigga, you don't go wander off from the crowd. You feel me? You don't go wander off by yourself. That's when something bad happens. Stay with your homies at all times. Stay with your family or whoever you with. You feel me? Don't go wander off by yourself. Damn,
at the foot
crazy.
of the porch, and as Lil Jeff lay on the pavement, the shooters finished the job. Reports say they emptied an entire magazine into him from above, making sure there was no coming back. Q50 and the other shooter fired back, but it was already over. There was no saving him. And just like that, the crew abandoned him, hopping back in the car and speeding off, leaving Jeff behind in a pool of blood. As the video ends, scanner reports confirmed that a victim who had been shot 15.
They couldn't go back to get Lil Jeff. They couldn't even get him. If they went back, then they were done. You feel me? They had a dip. Damn, bruh.
Times was transported to the hospital by his homies. CCTV footage actually showed Lil Jeffs carrying their homie from the porch where he had been shot up. Despite their efforts, Lil Jeff was pronounced dead upon arrival. By the time authorities arrived, the scene was littered with evidence. 58 shell casings scattered across the pavement. Meanwhile, the man in yellow shorts, also wounded, arrived at the hospital with his own crew, suffering from a gunshot wound to the chest. Unlike Lil Jeff, he survived. This was none other than Trap City Rob. He had come face to face with the Reaper and lived to tell the tale. However, Rob was picked up by the cops. According to Trench's News, he was arrested because shooting Lil Jeff 19 times while he was already on the ground wasn't considered self-defense. Instead, it could be termed as an overkill.
And the paperwork can say he was hit 19 times in the chest area.
He was shot 19
times. And that's how I think they grabbed Rob for the murder, because it's overkill. It ain't self-defense 19 times.
However, reports surfaced on Reddit showing that Trap City Rob had his charges downgraded from first-degree murder to a gun charge. Another Reddit post revealed that Trap City Rob was initially arrested for the Lil Jeff murder because a witness placed him at the scene when Lil Jeff died. However, the Chicago Police Department investigated and couldn't prove that he was the actual shooter, so they just dropped his murder charge and gave him a gun charge. A photo of Trap City Rob has leaked onto Reddit, showing him in good shape and in good spirits. It was a relief to his growing fan base, who have been anxiously waiting for news. You see, he has become so popular that he has his own subreddit called Trap City Unk Gang, where there are more than 2,500 members calling themselves nephews.
They got his own, look, they got a group called Trap City Unk Gang.
Right.
That's the group, just the group.
Right.
Gang, and his picture's on there, and then they got, look, it say 1,000, the members in there, it say 1,738 nephews.
Despite the love, Trap City Rob has asked Redditors to stop posting false information.
They called himself the Nep, bro. This is what I'm saying,
like
bro. The internet is undefeated. This nigga said they made a subreddit called Trap City Rob, or wait, Trap City something nephews, you feel me? Something. And then the members are called nephews. I don't know why my camera keep blurring, y'all. My bad. This shit is really irritating me. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. You feel me? I don't know why this shit's blurring. But that shit is hilarious. You cannot, the internet is undefeated, bro.
Hey, bogus, man, whoever started that, man, please stop doing stuff like that. Like, for real, this is like real life, though, you know? So, it's not no video game. It's not no movie, you know what I'm saying? It's reality.
Although the Redditor may have gotten some details wrong, they were on point.
Not only is he saying don't do that because it's you know, it's reality, it's real life, but he also trying to tell y'all, my nigga, y'all low-key can get me arrested. Y'all putting up all this info and shit for the cops to just look at the Reddit for, you feel me? And get all my info, all the shit I be doing. Y'all be clipping it and posting it on here, and all they got to do is look at my shit, you feel me? That's why he like, hey, chill out.
About many other things, such as how it all started. According to this Reddit post, the beef between Trap City and Bloodhound started when Lil Jeff stole Trap City Carter's chain. This is accurate, as Trap City Rob narrated how the war began and revealed that Lil Jeff used to be cool with Trap City.
They say his dad from down here, Big J or some shit like that.
Everybody
Big Jeff?
Anybody you got
Also, his daddy is from down here.
Fuck used to hang with them. They know what they did.
So, okay.
They know what they did.
So, okay, the Bloodhounds, y'all was cool.
That was my homie.
However, all that changed after Lil Jeff stole a chain.
He stole a chain, bro. We tried like he took it. He stole my own chain.
Was that South Jazz?
Nah, brother.
One of the other guys.
According to Trap City Rob, one of his affiliates let Lil Jeff wear his chain. However, Lil Jeff never returned the jewelry and claimed that he got into an altercation with the cops and lost it.
And the weather J, he come back like he got into a high speed with 12. Line saying he lost it. You know what I'm saying? That's how much the broke they list. You know what?
That chain would lead to events that would see dozens of teens in Chicago get killed. And even after Lil Jeff was dead and buried, his affiliates would continue sliding for him. And one of the first people to become a victim in the saga was Trap City Carter. Get back for Lil Jeff. It was only a matter of time before Lil Jeff's affiliates went after their ops in retaliation, even though it was Jeff who went out looking for trouble. Either way, they were out for blood, and it wasn't long before they found their next target, Trap City Carter. On October 20th, 2024, news outlets reported that a man had tragically lost his life in Chicago. The previous night had seen shots being left off in the city's Oakland neighborhood. By the time it was all over, a man lay bleeding on the pavement, his life slipping away with every passing second. It happened around 8:41 p.m. on South Ellis Avenue, a block that, like so many others in the city, had seen its fair share of violence. Witnesses told police that two men had approached their target, guns drawn, and fired without hesitation. The 32-year-old victim never had a chance. Within moments, the shooters had jumped into a white vehicle and disappeared into the night. Paramedics arrived quickly, rushing the victim to the University of Chicago Medical Center, but
bro, it's getting wicked in Chicago, boy. If any of y'all live out there, bro, and y'all ain't on this shit, bro, y'all stay safe, bro. Chicago is a wicked ass place, man. Y'all need to be safe out there, bro.
the damage was done. The victims had sustained multiple gunshot wounds to the chest and had lost too much blood. Despite the best efforts of the doctors, he was pronounced dead shortly after arriving. The medical examiner identified him as Chevelle Carter. Lil Jeff's affiliates couldn't hide their excitement over his death. They hopped on social media where, just like Lil Jeff, posted cryptic messages that hinted at Carter's murder being get back for Lil Jeff's death. They wanted everyone to know that they had just murked one of their biggest ops. Q50, one of Lil Jeff's closest affiliates, took to Instagram where he posted 3 blunts and a message implying that he was done sliding because he had avenged his homie's deaths. Lil Scoom and Lil G Boolin feet kicked up, now I can get rich. I love and miss y'all. He also captioned it, P.S. it ain't over. And true to his words, retribution for Lil Jeff's death wasn't over because it was about to get a whole lot messier. Because just a few days later, another person would lose their lives in the gang war. This time, the victim had nothing to do with the streets. On November 2nd, what was supposed to be Trap City Carter's sending off turned into yet another tragic incident in Chicago. News outlets reported a woman was shot and killed while taking part in a funeral procession for her brother in South suburban Dixmoor. She had come to say her final goodbyes, to grieve with family, to honor the life of someone she had loved. Instead, she lost her own. At exactly 12:01 p.m., Dixmoor police were called to the scene at 147th Street and Sealy Avenue, where a white Jaguar SUV had crashed into a house. But the real tragedy wasn't the crash itself. It was what officers found inside the vehicle. Behind the wheel was a 34-year-old woman, her body slumped, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. She had been driving in the funeral procession, making her way from St. Mark's Church in Harvey when the shots rang out. The same streets that had carried her brother's final journey had now become the site of her own. Paramedics rushed her to U Chicago Medicine Ingalls Memorial Hospital in Harvey, fighting to keep her alive, but the damage was too severe. She was pronounced dead soon after arriving. Later, authorities identified her as Romesha Turner of Calumet Park. She was Trap City Carter's sister. For Lil Jeff's affiliates, there was no line.
Damn. They slid on the nigga's sister, bro. Yeah, for Lil Jeff's gang, bro, it was no one's safe, bro. No one is safe. This shit is crazy.
They couldn't cross trying to get revenge for their homie, whether it's shooting up a funeral or murdering an innocent family member of an already dead op. The gangsters in Chicago were taking things to a new low, but as it turns out, there are gangsters in another part of the country that had done the same exact thing, targeted an op's brother at a funeral. On Jan 13, 2024, Memphis saw a similar shooting and death of a familiar personality in the city. Big Juke, known for his involvement in managing his brother's Yo Gotti music label Collective Music Group, CMG, was attending a funeral service house at Perignon's Restaurant
Yeah,
and
I
Event
remember
Center
this.
on Winchester Road, 6300 block. A few hours before the ceremony started, he posted a photo with an ominous caption saying, "They don't want to. Face you, they want to snake you. Stay alert. 2. Stay alive. Watch your back at all times. Put snakes on the plate and eat great." Juke and other family members had gathered to pay their respects to his late uncle Eric, a legendary kingpin in the area. Eric Boven was a well-known Memphis cocaine kingpin in the 1980s and the head of the Boven family. Boven passed away on December 31st, 2024 at the age of 63, and his funeral brought together family and friends to pay their respects. Once outside the facility at the parking lot, someone started letting off shots, and by the time it was quiet, Big Juke was on the ground, bleeding out. Big Juke was fatally wounded as the authorities immediately started a manhunt for the suspects responsible. The Memphis Police Department appealed to the public for any information that could assist in solving the case. Luckily, the next day, witnesses came forward and provided invaluable information to the cops. On Sunday, a witness at the scene came forward and reported that suspects in a white SUV were responsible for the shooting. The vehicle in question was described as a white Ford Explorer with black wheels and dark tinted windows. Surveillance video captured images of the vehicle, providing valuable evidence for the investigation. But that was not all. Witnesses at the funeral reported that they saw 2 suspicious men inside the church during the funeral. Apparently, Big Juke was being watched by the men who were seated at the back of the church before heading out earlier than the rest of the mourners. What's more shocking is that the vehicle that Big Juke was murdered in also had his mom, who was seated in the back seat. Whoever wanted Big Juke dead wanted him gone and didn't care if innocent people would get hurt. So the question that lingers is who would want Yo Gotti's brother dead? And the answer may surprise as internet detectives joined the dots and came up with possible suspects. As it turns out, it has everything to do with the death of Yo Gotti's op, Young Dolph. You see, Big Juke had openly dissed Young Dolph, especially after he died. In 2021, Big Juke took to his Instagram where he shared his disgust over a street painting that featured his brother's op. The painting featured NLE Choppa, Moneybagg Yo, and Young Dolph, and Big Juke did not hold back.
I don't paint no beside two real with a in the middle, man. Y'all don't do that, man. Don't f up our legacy. So right here, y'all.
Damn, bro, this shit is getting wicked, bro. Fuck. This shit, bro. See, that's what I'm telling y'all. Stay out of this street shit, bro. This shit is too deep, too wicked, and the old street rules, nigga, they don't give a fuck about none of that no more. The street is full of YNs that are ready to crash out at any time, throw their life away at any time. They don't care. They don't give a fuck about themselves, you feel me, at all. They don't care if they die, nothing. You feel me? This is not the life for y'all, bro. This shit is wicked.
What is even more disturbing were the allegations that Big Juke had put a $40,000 bounty on Young Dolph's head. He then approached his right-hand man to look for goons to carry out the murder.
If I see Juke, if I see Gotti, if I see Migo, or if I see Youngster, I'ma get on this shit. Ain't got nothing to do with nobody else, bro. You don't know that Juke put a hit out, bro. Don't know this shit. Hey, man, look, bro. My Juke put a $40,000 hit on you, bro.
And like Yo Gotti's brother, Lil Jeff's ops and their families weren't safe because his affiliates were getting the job done. They were determined to slide for Jeff because while he was alive, he had single-handedly made all their ops afraid of the Bloodhounds. He had done this so effectively that he was being compared to one of the most ruthless gangsters in Chicago's drill history.
King
Lil
Von.
Jeff, the new King Von.
He did an interview with DJU where he was talking about, the rumor that he had 10 bodies and stuff like that. And, people were saying that he was trying to be the next King Von.
Lil Jeff was moving recklessly when he was still alive that people were starting to compare him to King Von. For anyone who knows King Von's reputation in the streets, you already know that it takes a special kind of evil to get compared to him.
Yes,
King Von was
does.
described as rap's first serial killer. Von loved sliding on his ops so much that some of them, like King Yella, had a feeling that he wasn't human.
Von was just he was a different individual, bro. He was just, something was wrong with him. That's not human, man. You're not regular, man. The devil, man. That's the devil, man.
Niggas like this. King Von made some hard ass music, but that nigga truly was the devil. Like, real shit. Like, it's certain niggas that really slide and really do this. Like, they're compared to serial killers, my nigga. And people that got that in them is the devil. Real shit. Because all you see. You don't have no emotion. You don't fear for no no human life, no remorse to nothing. You feel me? That's the devil, my nigga.
Real. That nigga was
Tell me you can
And
just
some
kill
of
all
his
these
ops,
people
like
and not
FBG
care
Young, were
at
over
all.
the moon when he was killed in Atlanta.
Never
When you
lose
looked
no
at King
sleep.
Von getting killed,
That's a devil.
how did you feel?
Straight up.
Considering the animosity between you guys up to that point.
Like my real like first action.
Yeah.
Thought I was happy.
You're happy.
I was happy.
But one thing that made Von so dangerous and feared by his ops was that he made murder sound fascinating and appealing.
So, man, when you listen to the lyrics, he make killing somebody sound appealing and fascinating.
Surprisingly, Lil Jeff was kind of
Fascinating,
taking
he
after
does.
King Von from putting
I
out
ain't gonna lie,
violent.
bro. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all ever heard the story, all the stories of Von? Y'all ever heard those? My nigga. Tell me that I'm not saying this in no type of way. I'm not telling y'all to do this. I'm not trying to influence y'all to do this. But my nigga, the music's out there. You can look it up and hear it. You can't tell me listen to King Von's music that it's like, damn, this nigga doing this and killing, like he making it like, hold on, wait, what? You feel me? And you bobbing your head to it because it sound good, it sound fascinating. You feel me? So yeah, I kind of see where a lot of people are saying this drill music is brainwashing these little kids and these YNs to want to be like them, and they end up losing their life or staying in prison the rest of their life or dying in prison. You feel me? Either way it goes, you're dying in this shit. That's what y'all don't realize. You're dying in this shit. Either way it goes. That's your only out, my nigga.
Music about
Real
murdering
shit,
his
that's your
ops,
only
trolling
out.
dead rivals, and even
It's
killing
dying.
female gangsters. What's
So
even
stop
more
it.
shocking is that they were killed in near identical situations, and even while both lay in their graves, they caught murder cases. As crazy as it sounds, these two gangsters had all these things in common. When it comes to releasing violent music, Von was a master. He dissed his dead ops every chance he got. FBG Duck was shot and killed on the 4th of August 2020. 1 month later, King Von released the track GTA dissing FBG Duck. In the track, Von raps, "He made a diss and now he a ghost, and it happened fast, we need to toast." It turns out FBG Duck was killed for dissing T-Roy, King Von's best friend. In the track Exposing Me remix, FBG Duck raps, "T-Roy ain't get shot inside his head, but he ain't make it though. They got so many dead niggas, bitch, I don't know who to smoke." FBG Duck's murder was caught on camera,
Damn.
and the details were horrifying. CCTV footage showed a black car stop in front of a store, and armed men jump out and immediately start letting off shots as Duck tries to escape in vain. They then jump back in the black vehicle, and a gray Chrysler, which was also involved in the crime, sped away, leaving Duck to die. More footage showed the gray Chrysler pulling up to O Block with a cop car in pursuit. Von also mocked Duck's brother, FBG Brick, who was also shot and killed in Chicago. On the track Pressin', Von raps, "I mean a switch, I can shoot a brick, and they still say I hit, I mean they hit. They caught that brick and hit him in it." On July 17,
Damn.
2017, FBG Brick and his cousin and Kobe Mack were in the Woodlawn neighborhood when a car pulled up looking for FBG Duck, but left after they couldn't find him.
Alright, the camera overheated, it got a little hot, but we're back. Let's get back into it.
So they were standing out there, and this block was full of people. And the story that I'm hearing was a car pulled up and asked for Duck. Like, "Yo, Duck out here?" And everybody looking like, "Who is you?" They didn't recognize who was in the car.
Later at around 2:50 p.m., shots rang out. Police were called to the 6,300 block of South St. Lawrence, where they discovered a horrifying scene. Kobe Mack lay in front of a home with a gunshot wound to the head, while FBG Brick was found in the back gangway, suffering from gunshot wounds to the back and arm.
They instantly
Damn.
shot Kobe. And Brick tried to run and jump a gate. And was shot in the back.
Well, Lil Jeff has also detailed his ops' deaths in his music. In the track, Lil Jeff raps, "When I speak, it's only facts. He was screaming, ah, when he got hit. Just walked in lids for 2 hats, really stepping on blood. Know how it get bounced out with 4 sticks. 2 niggas got hit." Lil Jeff was rapping about one of his most infamous drills that saw 2 of his ops, Lil Rob and Monty, lose their lives. It all went down on Friday, January 26, 2024. At exactly 12:30 p.m., 2 cars sped toward the Washington train station, just a short distance from Innovations High School located in downtown Chicago. The moment they stopped, masked gunmen leaped out, guns drawn, and opened fire. The targets were clear, Monty and Lil Rob, and the shooters didn't miss. They then jumped back into their cars and sped off, leaving Monty and Lil Rob Rob bleeding out on the ground. Emergency responders rushed to the scene, but by then it was already too late. Monty and Lil Rob were transported to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, where the teens were pronounced dead on arrival. High above the street, a witness standing on the train platform had captured the entire aftermath on camera. A graphic video of 2 young lives slipping away, which would later be shared online and go viral. In the video, one of the dying teens' last groans of pain can be heard, which Lil Jeff used as a title in his track, Ah. But he didn't stop there, because he went on to mock their deaths on social media, and chance he got.
The shit will start happening, and y'all know this by now. I went black for like a week, and poof. Gotta go after that one. Poof. I came back. Poof. Long live them though.
But this isn't the only striking similarity between Von and Lil Jeff. You see, both are rumored to have killed female gangsters. For Von, it was K.I., while Lil Jeff, it was 25-year-old D-Money. It all went down in the early hours of November 1st, 2023. Lil Deuce and D-Money were sitting in their parked vehicle on the 8,300 block of South Dorchester Avenue. An ordinary night in the streets of Chicago was about to be filled with gunfire and death. According to an eyewitness, 2 individuals crept up on the vehicle. Before the victims could react, the gunman opened fire, sending a hail of bullets into the car before fleeing on foot, disappearing into the darkness. It was a hit, executed with precision. Lil Deuce, riddled with bullets, took several shots to the chest. Paramedics rushed him to the University of Chicago Medical Center, but it was already too late. He was pronounced dead on arrival. D-Money, on the other hand, suffered a gunshot wound to the torso. She too was transported to the same hospital, fighting for her life, but she also succumbed to her injuries soon after. Lil Jeff was everyone's main suspect, and since he was addicted to internet clout, he couldn't resist adding fuel to the fire. Shortly after the news broke, Lil Jeff took to social media, dropping cryptic messages that many believed were a blatant confession. He posted hat emojis, symbols often used to signify a body count. But what stood out was that one of the hats resembled a woman's, possibly representing D-Money. D-Money was deep in the streets and, according to internet rumors, was a fierce shooter for her gang. From this photo, she poses with FBG Wooski, one of the most popular gangsters in the Chicago drill scene, who at one time was considered King Von's favorite op. Well, King Von may have killed one of Wooski's close friends, Akira Barnes, popularly known in the streets as K.I, who was killed in one of the most brutal drills in Chicago's history. She was only 17, but had already built a reputation as Chicago's female assassin, allegedly involved in multiple killings. But that reputation couldn't save her.
Man, I'm telling you, man, even these females out here be no fucking joke, man. Y'all gotta watch y'all back at every moment. Y'all, don't be like it.
April 11, 2014, she was walking with her brother, FBG Butter, and another friend in the 6,400 block of South Eberhart when the hit happened. A hooded gunman emerged from the shadows, raised a handgun, and started letting off shots. K.I. was struck 9 times, bullets ripping through her mouth, neck, and chest. In a desperate attempt to escape, she ran, but her body gave out. She collapsed on a neighbor's doorstep, her life slipping away. Paramedics rushed her to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, but the damage was irreversible. She was gone. Her brother and friend also sustained gunshot wounds, but it was clear Akira Barnes had been the primary target. For years, the question lingered. Who killed K.I? Initially, police suspected King Von and arrested him in connection with the shooting after being identified by eyewitnesses. But the case fell apart due to a lack of concrete evidence, and he walked free. Years later, after King Von was gunned down in Atlanta in 2020, the truth finally surfaced. Official reports confirmed what many had already suspected. King Von had in fact been the one who executed K.I. The police report detailed the crime with chilling accuracy. The shooter was described as wearing a gray hoodie and blue jeans. He approached the trio, pulled out a handgun, and unleashed a storm of bullets, striking all 3 victims. Then, as swiftly as he had appeared, he slipped into a getaway vehicle and vanished. What's crazy is that Lil Jeff was also implicated by the cops in the murder of 2 of his victims, Monty and Lil Rob, after he was gunned down. Turns out, cops pieced together evidence in the deaths of Monty and Lil Rob using social media posts, phone records, auto theft reports, and countless hours of surveillance video to identify the 3 shooters, and one of them was Lil Jeff, meaning he could have been arrested alongside 22-year-old Tommy Coleman, who is now charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, attempted murder, aggravated discharge of a firearm toward an occupied vehicle, being a felon in possession of a firearm, and failure to register as a gun offender. Another striking similarity between the 2 gangsters was how they died. We've already seen Lil Jeff getting gunned down while sliding on his ops. Turns out that King Von was on a similar mission when he was shot and killed. On the 6th of November 2020, King Von had just left Opie Opium nightclub after successfully releasing his first album, Welcome to O-Block, and headed to the Monaco Hookah Lounge, where his ops, Quando and Lil Tim, were. Just as Von was about to exit his vehicle and head to the club, one of his homeboys told him that he had just seen fellow rapper Quando Rondo in the parking lot. Von was out of the car in a split second and headed toward Quando's direction. Quando was now on his way to the club. Von attacked him with a few crew members behind him, knocking him to the ground. Von's guys joined in and attacked Quando as he tried vainly to escape his attackers. Suddenly, Lil Tim appeared from behind their vehicle with a blick and started letting off shots as everyone ran away. Von was hit on his torso. Two off-duty cops who were near the club started letting off shots and shot Lil Tim. After the dust settled, Von's guys pulled up next to him and loaded him into the vehicle before speeding to the nearest hospital. Lil Tim limped into their vehicle with Quando Rondo and drove to the hospital. As fate would have it, the two groups ended up in the same hospital. Luckily, there was no more violence. Sadly, Von passed away during surgery. Despite Von and Lil Jeff having so much in common, there were only two ways they were going to end up, in jail or in a coffin. But
That ass, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, this life is crazy. If you're gonna get this, if you're gonna want to do and be in this life, just know what the two outcomes is. You can be dead or you're gonna be in prison. And most of the time, niggas just go out one way, dying. Hit that like, subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next one. We gone.